Hello. One of me quiz nights. If you're out there in Quizland, let's know who we've got. Who's going to be first on the chat? There's Stacey. Evening, Stacey. Hope you had a good day, mate. Weather's been lovely up here. Hi, June. Hi, Richard. All right, kid. Evening, Stephen. Evening, Jeanette. Woof. For cotton. You see if our Dawn's any more luck this week than last week. Yeah, over the moon last night, Susie. I can't believe that we didn't win last night. We hit the post about 3 times and it was nearly lost it at the end, but I didn't want to go into the last game having to get something at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So all's well. All the lads are getting their passports up to date and everything. Oh, we only had one thing to do all game. They luckily managed to do it, but it's always one of them when all you want is a draw. It'd be the hardest thing in the world to get. Great save. But he's been pulling them off all season. I just think earlier on this season we're a bit more clinical with the finishing because see the chances we had last night still knocked out. Anyhow, we'll have a look at the quiz. Your subjects tonight: general knowledge, food and drink, pop, literature, sport, TV, clowns, gemstones, films, and mythology. That's your varied selection tonight. Doesn't look like our Dawn's going to make it. She comes on before the end of the first 2 rounds anyway. I can always repeat it. Okay, so we'll crack on. We'll start with question 1 on general knowledge. First part. On what day of the year is St. George's Day? On what day of the year is St. George's Day? Aye. Mind you, Man City have been the best team in the league by far whole season, so I was quite pleased they won it. Question 2. Affenpinscher, Keeshond, and Leonberger are all types of what? Affenpinscher, Keeshond, and Leonberger. are all types of what? I take the end on an Arsenal fan, Richard. Question 3. Anthony Stark is the alter ego of which superhero? Oh, you man, you. There's still a little bit of a race on for third. Question 4. What type of material is produced in a ginnery? What type of material is produced in a ginnery? Don't like that, mate. Don't like that. It's only a game of football, man. And 5. What state did Sarah Palin represent as its governor? What state did Sarah Palin represent as its governor? Okay, question 2 on food and drink. Foreign terms. These are foreign words that we use for various foods, drinks, anything to do with food and drink, that sort of thing. And I'll give you the literal English translation. I'll give you what language it is. You've got to basically just say what it is. Question 1. The literal translation is little strings, and it's from the Italian. Basically, what Italian word used in cookery or food means little strings? Question 2. Which French word or words literally translates as outside of the work or main course? Outside of the work or main course? Number 3. Which French word or words literally translates as flight of wind? Flight of wind. Question 4. Which Spanish/Mexican word means little strip or little belt? Obviously, they speak Spanish in Mexico. It's mainly in Mexican cuisine. You find the term meaning little strip or little belt. And 5. Which Japanese word means sour taste? Which Japanese word means sour taste? If you want any questions repeated or you didn't understand anything, just get onto the chat and I can see if I can help you. Other than that, when you've got your answers down, send us a ready. Oh, Stacey ready, June ready, Stephen ready, Richard ready. We'll just leave Steady Eddie. Here we go. Okay, a general knowledge question. St. George's Day is the 23rd of April. Afton Pinscher, Keeshond, and Leon Berger are all types of dog. Anthony Stark is the alter ego of Iron Man. Material produced in the ginnery is cotton gin. And Sarah Palin represented Alaska. Food and drink, Italian term meaning little strings, is spaghetti. French for outside of the work or main course is hors d'oeuvre. Horses doufas. The French for flight of wind is vol au vent. Spanish or Mexican for little strip or little belt is fajita. And Japanese sour taste is just sushi. Sushi. You got your scores? Send them through. Richard with a 6. June with a 6. Stacey with a 5. Eddie with a 6. And Steve with a 7 goes into the lead. So it's Stephen on 7, Eddie, June, Richard all on 6, and Stacey on 5. Note in it. So question 3 is on pop. It's lyrics. Following lyrics are from songs with the word day in the title. Name the song. Yeah, the following lyrics are from songs with the word day, D-A-Y. In the song title, name the song. First one, the English army had just won the war. The English army had just won the war. Question 2, you gave me all your loving and your turtle doving. You give me all your loving and your turtle doving. Wait, it's the song titles you want here. All the song titles contain the word day. 3. The only time I feel alright is by your side. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Number 4. She calls out to the man on the street, "Sir, can you help me?" She calls out to the man on the street, "Sir, can you help me?" And number 5. Feed the animals in the zoo, then later a movie too. Feed the animals in the zoo, then later a movie too. We're looking for song titles there that all have the word day in, D-A-Y. Okay, question 4 is on literature. Which authors created the following characters? Which authors created the following characters? Number 1, Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan. Excuse me. Number 2, Robert Langdon. Robert Langdon. That 1 and 2 on the pop tune. 1 was the English army had just won the war. And 2, you gave me all your lovin' and your turtle dovin'. Back to literature. Number 3, Harry Palmer. Harry Palmer. Four, Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher. And 5, Harry Lame. Harry Lame. The Jack Ryan, Robert Langdon, Harry Palmer, Jack Reacher, and Harry Lame. Anything repeated? Just get in the chat. Other than that, when you're ready, just let us know. Stacey's ready. Richard's ready. June's ready. Eddie's ready. And Stephen's ready. Okay, pop music, the lyrics. Song titles all have the word day in. One, the English army had just won the war. That's a classic, A Day in the Life by the Beatles. You give me all your loving and your turtle doving. Well, that'll be the day. Holly, holly, that'll be the day. The only time I feel right is by your side. All day and all of the night. Kinks. She calls out to the man on the streets, "Sir, can you help me?" That was Phil Collins and Another Day in Paradise. And Feed the Animals in the Zoo. Then later, a movie too. Lou Reed and Perfect Day. It's such a perfect day. Literature. The authors created the characters. Jack Ryan was Tom Clancy. Robert Langdon is Dan Brown. Harry Palmer, Len Dayton. Jack Reacher, Lee Child. And Harry Lime, Graham Greene. Featured in The Third Man. Harry Lime, Graham Greene. Eddie, 2. 8. Stacey, 5. 10. Stephen, 5. 12. Richard, 5. 11. And June, 5. 11. Ooh, obviously hard rounds. So Stephen's in the lead on 12. June and Richard on 11. Stacey on 10. Eddie and Carol down on 8. Okay, question 5 on sport. All 5 parts. All 5 parts on sport. It's on football. Which 5 teams have won the most Football League First Division titles from 1888 at its inception until 1992, when it was rebranded as the Premier League? So the old Football League First Division, with 5 teams that won it the most times between 1888 and 1992. Always have a row with Paulie, did he? Never changes the quiz. Oh, just think of 5 famous teams, man. Right, we'll see this TV's any easier for you. It's on period dramas. Period dramas. Question 1. Which ITV period drama chronicled the trials of the British aristocratic Bellamy family and their household staff? Ran from 1971 to 75 and starred Gordon Jackson and Jean Marsh, amongst others. ITV period drama of the British aristocratic Bellamy family and their household staff. Starred Gordon Jackson and Jean Marsh. Early 70s. Two. Which BBC period drama, screened between 1991 and 1994, was about two sisters in 1920s London working to achieve success in the dressmaking business? It starred Stella Gournay and Louise Lombard. BBC period drama, 1991 to 94, about two sisters in the 20s London working to achieve success in the dressmaking business. Starred Stella Gournay and Louise Lombard. Question 3. Which BBC period drama set in Cornwall starred Robin Ellis and Angharad Rees in the 76-77 series, and Aidan Turner and Eleanor Tomlinson in the 2015 to 2019 series? Although I think there's still a series either starting or just been on, so it's pretty current. BBC period drama set in Cornwall starred Robin Ellis and Angharad Rees, Aidan Turner and Eleanor Tomlinson. Question 4. Which ITV period drama, screened in 1978, chronicled the events leading to the 1936 abdication of King Edward VIII, who gave up his throne to marry a twice-divorced American? Starred Edward Fox and Cynthia Harris. ITV period drama of 1978 followed the events leading to the 1936 abdication of King Edward VIII, who gave up his throne to marry a twice-divorced American. Excuse me. Starred Edward Fox and Cynthia Harris. And question 5. Which BBC period drama, 1976 to 77, told the tale of Louisa Trotter working her way up from being a skivvy to being the cook to the King. Starred Gemma Jones and Victoria Plucknett. BBC period drama, screen 76-77, told the tale of Louisa Trotter, working her way up from being a skivvy to being the cook to the King. Starred Gemma Jones and Victoria Plucknett. When you got your answers, don't send us already. I'll give you a minute or so with that sport one being all 5. Stacey ready? Richard ready? Stephen ready? June ready? Eddie ready? Your sport, the 5 teams that have won the most Football League First Division titles. Liverpool with 18, Arsenal with 10, Everton 9, Man United 7, Aston Villa 7. Liverpool, Arsenal, Everton, Man United, Aston Villa. TV period dramas. The Bellamy Family and their household staff starred Gordon Jackson, Jean Marsh. That was Upstairs, Downstairs. The drama about 2 sisters in 20s London in the dressmaking business was The House of Elliot. The BBC period drama set in Cornwall starred Robert Ellis and Harold Rees and Aidan Turner and Eleanor Tomlinson. It's Poldark. The 1978 drama about the abdication of Edward VIII was Edward and Mrs. Simpson. And the drama told the tale of Louisa Trotter, working her way up from being a skivvy to being the cook to the King. The Duchess of Duke Street. The Duchess of Duke Street. When you've got your scores, let's have them. 8 for Stephen, that's a bit better now. 20. 7 for Stacey. 17. 5 for Eddie. 13. 7 for Richard. 18. 7 for June is 18. So we've got Stephen out in front on 20, June on 18, Richard on 18, Stacey on 17, and Eddie on 13. And we're going to round 7 on clowns. Clowns. Question 1. Krusty the Clown appears in which TV animated series? Krusty the Clown appears in which TV animated series? Number 2. Pennywise is the name of a clown that appears in which Stephen King novel and film? Pennywise is the name of a clown that appears in which Stephen King novel and film? There can't be many Stephen King novels that weren't turned into films, actually. Question 3. Which clown-faced Batman villain has been played on the big screen by Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Joaquin Phoenix? Which clown-faced Batman villain has been played on the big screen by Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Joaquin Phoenix? Right, so I'll run through them all for you, Stephen. One was Krusty the Clown appears in which TV animated series? 2 was Pennywise is the name of a clown that appears in which Stephen King novel and film? 3, which clown-faced Batman villain has been played on the big screen by Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Joaquin Phoenix? Question 4. What is the name of the clown that has been a mascot for a fast food chain since the early 60s? No bother, Stephen. What's the name of the clown that has been a mascot for a fast food chain since the early 60s? And question 5. Which song begins with these lyrics? So it's a song title you're looking for. Begins with these lyrics. Now, if there's a smile on my face, it's only there trying to fool the public. Which song begins with the lyrics? Now, if there's a smile on my face, it's only there trying to fool the public. Question 8 is gemstones. Each answer contains the name of a gemstone. Okay, each answer contains the name of a gemstone. Number 1. What's the name of the murderer of presidential assassin Lee Harvey Oswald? What's the name of the man who assassinated Lee Harvey Oswald? Who assassinated President Kennedy? Question 2. What's the capital city of the fictional Land of Oz? It's the capital city of the fictional Land of Oz. Three. What's the name of the ship that features in the Pirates of the Caribbean series? The name of the ship that features in the Pirates of the Caribbean series. Number 4. What was the 7th James Bond movie released in 1971? What's the title of the 7th James Bond movie released in 1971? Number 5. The title of a 1974 single by Paul McCartney and Wings. Taken of a 1974 single by Paul McCartney and Wings. All those answers contain the name of a gemstone. When you've got your answers, send us already through. Okay, Stephen's ready. Oh no, Stephen's not ready. That's a cheers from Stephen. That's June's ready. Stacey's ready. Richard's ready. Eddie's ready. Just waiting to Stephen. Stephen's ready. Okay, clowns. Krusty the Clown appears in The Simpsons. Pennywise is the name of the clown in the book and film It by Stephen King. The clown-faced Batman villain who's been played on the big screen by Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker. Clown that's been a mascot for a fast food chain since the early 60s, Ronald McDonald. And the song that begins with the lyrics, "Now if there's a smile on my face, it's only there trying to fool the public." That's Tears of a Clown. Gemstones. The murderer of presidential assassin Lee Harvey Oswald was Jack Ruby. Capital city of the fictional Land of Oz, the Emerald City. Ship that features in the Pirates of the Caribbean series, the Black Pearl. 7th James Bond movie, Diamonds Are Forever. And the 1974 single by Paul McCartney and Wings, Jet. Ooh, 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 Jet. When you've got your scores, let's have them. Cracking 9 from Stacey, gives you 26. 8 from Eddie, gives you 21. 8 from Richard, gives you 26. 9 from Stephen, gives you 29. 8 from June, gives you 26. Oh, Stephen's still out in the lead on 29. But June, Stacey, Richard all on 26. And Eddie and Carol just 21. Still 2 rounds to go. And we'll start with films. Which actresses won multiple Best Actress Oscars for the following films? So there'll be 2 or 3 or 4 films to each part. The same actress won Oscars for all of those films. First one, Morning Glory in 1933. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner in 1967. The Lion in Winter in 68. And On Golden Pond in 81. Which actress won Best Actress Oscars for all of those films? Morning Glory in 33. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner in 67. A Lion in Winter in 68. And On Golden Pond in 1981. It's the only person ever to win 4 Best Actress Oscars, I do believe. Number 2, who won Best Actress Oscars for Sophie's Choice in 1982 and The Iron Lady in 2011. Sophie's Choice in 82, The Iron Lady in 2011. Three, who won Best Actress Oscars for Gaslight in 1944 and Anastasia in 1956. Gaslight in 44, Anastasia in 56. Number 4, who won Best Actress Oscars for the films Fargo in 96, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri in 2017, and Nomadland in 2020. Fargo in 96, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri in 2017, and Nomadland in 2020. Excuse me. And number 5, who won Best Actress Oscars for Dangerous in 1935 and Jezebel in 1938. Dangerous in 1935 and Jezebel in 38. Excuse me. Question 10 is on mythology. Greek gods and goddesses and their Roman counterparts. In Greek mythology and Roman mythology, there are many gods and goddesses are the same, they just have different names. I'll give you 5 Greek gods or goddesses. I want you to give me their Roman counterparts. Just to make it a little bit easier, I'll give you a list of 7 to choose from. So I'll start off, get your pen and paper or whatever. I'll give you 7 Roman gods or goddesses. And you want 5 of those as your answers. I'll then give you the 5 Greek gods or goddesses, which you have to name the Roman counterparts. Okay? So you want your 5 answers to come from this list of 7. Cupid, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Minerva, Neptune, Venus. Cupid, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Minerva, Neptune, Venus. From that list, which is the Roman counterpart of the Greek god Zeus? What's your first part? Zeus is a Greek god. Which one of those that I've given you is his Roman counterpart? Number 2, Poseidon. Poseidon is a Greek god. Who's his Roman counterpart? Three, Aphrodite. Aphrodite. Four, Hermes. Hermes. And 5, Eros. Eros. With Zeus, Poseidon, Aphrodite, Hermes, Eros. When you got your answers down, send us already. Stacey, ready? Richard, ready? Stephen's ready. Eddie's ready. And June's ready. Excuse me. Okay, the films, the Best Actress Oscar winners. First one for Morning Glory. Guess who's coming to dinner? The Lion went and on Golden Pond. That was Katharine Hepburn. Sophie's Choice and the Iron Lady. Meryl Streep. Gaslight and Anastasia was Ingrid Bergman. Fargo, Three Billboards and Nomadland was Frances McDormand. And Dangerous and Jezebel, Bette Davis. And the Roman counterparts of the Greek gods, Zeus is Jupiter. Poseidon is Neptune. Aphrodite is Venus. Hermes is Mercury. And Eros is Cupid. So when you got your final scores, send them through. Stacey 6, 32. Eddie 8, 29. Richard 6, 32. June 8, 34. And Stephen, dipped out 5.34. So that gives you Stephen and June, joint winners on 34. Stacey and Richard on 32. And then Eddie on 29. Bit of a tough quiz tonight, I think. Some low scores there. But everybody was about the same, so swings and roundabouts there. Took my glasses off here. Cheers, Stacey. See you, June. Hope everybody enjoyed it. There'll be another quiz next Tuesday night. Look after yourselves. Yeah, it was a bit hard, I think, Stephen. Never mind. Okay, enjoy yourselves. Bye.